Braxton County Board of Education to order. And please join me with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We're moving next on the agenda to delegations. We have two persons who signed up to speak, and that would be Jason Snodgrass to discuss the sports complex, and also Cliff Snodgrass, sports complex. So I we'll call on Jason first. You want to call on up?
Hello, my name is Jason Snodgrass. Some of you I know, some of you I do not know. What I would like to say is I thank you very much for your work that you have done on the presentation for the sports complex. It's something that I think that the county needs in some form or another. I believe that people who work behind the scenes don't get enough credit for what they do. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys working on that. Every father, they want their children to do better than them, but they have to be presented with opportunities. Having said that, I'm undecided on my vote on this sports complex. I believe in doing something that's aggressive but fiscally responsible. So I don't know how things are going to turn out in May. I hope there's a culture change in this county to where we get with it. But also I don't want to vote on something that would possibly put my friends and family, neighbors in bankruptcy, so to speak. There's a lot of fears. So what I'm asking you as a board is to work closely with the county commission as well and bring us forward, help us with progress. And you know, my son's a tremendous athlete. He's tenacious. We ask a lot from him. We ask that when we get down, that they get back up. So we're going to find a way to do this. We're going to find a way in some capacity to make a better place for our children, sports-wise and community-wise. So if this doesn't pass the first time, we're going to back up and punt, and we're going to try again. That's how I feel. Might not be exactly what we're asking for, but in some way, shape, or form. For the community, the school system. I want to live here. It's a hard decision. In 4 years, my son will be in high school, and he's going to play on the field that's better than what we have in this county or outside of this county. And I just ask that when we talk about this, that we literally rip the Band-Aid off and be very honest with the people, that they can make a sound decision and feel good about it, because trust is where you get my generation. Trust is good, bad, or indifferent. We want the facts, and that's how we learn to trust the people. Now, I've driven around this county, and I've spoken to everyone about this. I've driven around this county, and I can see programs that have been completed. A lot of people say, oh, nothing gets done here. I'm telling you, things get done here. Okay? Projects get completed in this county. And, you know, there's a lady here I've known a long time, and I trust her with my money. I know it's going to be used properly. I'm not going to give it all to her. And, you know, the people in the county may not give it all, you know, but we're going to have a plan to move forward one way or another. So my wife and I, Beth, we come to present a check for $500 for the Braxton County Board of Education. We're gonna buy 5 bricks tonight. I'd like for one, let's say Jason and Beth Snodgrass. The next one is gonna be the person that gave me my first job opportunity in this county, and that's Nick and Sherry Smith. The next is a very good friend and neighbor of mine that would have been knee deep in this if he was still here, and that's Lee and Rosemary Fisher. Now, the other two, I have great expectations. One, I'm from the class of 1996. I challenged them to get off their hind ends and get some money raised for this project. My wife, she won't be outdone. Class of 1998, they need to build a whole wall, brick by brick. And that's all I have this evening. I thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Can we get a picture?
And can I have that list? I was trying to write, I want to make sure I get all the correct information.
That's
great. That's
wonderful.
fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
So everybody
Can we get a picture with
challenge
you?
these classes.
That's great.
That's a wonderful idea. Okay, I'm gonna give that back to you, and you're gonna represent it to myself and Dr. Dietrich and the board. Come on.
Having recognition after all.
I know, absolutely.
We thought that.
This is important
Okay, wait a minute.
enough.
Wait a
and-
minute, so turn, yeah, kind of turn this way, there you go. So everybody kind of step in a little bit there.
Around so they don't get here and help them.
It's actually, everybody step this way, so we got the eagle put
Oh.
right between us. Sorry. Okay, you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You guys got the good cop, Peter. Get the bad cop.
We believe you'll just keep him in check. Thank you so much.
Kevin is wanting us to call him.
No.
His name just,
I'm guessing that means.
yes, he's wanting.
Well, because Nate asked me about it, and I think he said he hadn't heard from Kevin.
I didn't know that Kevin was calling in.
I'll just got a text, but I didn't want to interrupt.
You got it.
See, he texted you, I didn't get you any more message on that. Or did you do it?
All of us, yeah, all of us.
See, I didn't check.
I know, mine just, it just went off and I saw it was Kevin and I'm like, uh-oh.
Clifford, if you'll just, momentarily, we're calling in Kevin.
Oh, perfect.
He's out of town and, we weren't aware that sometimes he does security work.
Oh, that's fine.
He's keeping us safe, but he's not allowed to talk about it.
Right.
Hey, this is Malachi. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you, Malachi, thank you.
All right, we've got you on for the meeting.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, Kevin, just to bring you up to speed, Jason Snodgrass just made a donation to the sports complex in the form of purchasing 5 bricks. And he also, his 1996 graduating class and your wife, 1998, not to be outdone, will be purchasing a whole wall or close to, or whatever they can put together, correct?
They had better.
They had better, so I knew you'd want to hear that, Kevin, so that's all good. So next, Clifford, you're on, and to talk also about the sports complex.
Great, my card came around again. Right.
So, my name's Cliff Snodgrass. This is my big brother, so kind of took his, we're not on the same page exactly. I do not oppose this project. I'm for it. However, I'm more for it as long as it can physically take care of itself for the life of this community. So there's a lot of things that I think we need as a community, or maybe just myself as a community, to sway me to a yes vote rather than this will never work financially and be on a no vote. So a couple things. How did we come up with the 32 million? Did we work up to the 32 million from our needs, or did we see what our tax base was of the $1 billion in property that's in this county, and that is what is legally allowed with the 2.5%? Is that how we came to this number? Or did we say, hey, the football field's gonna be this much, this is gonna be this much, or this is gonna be much? Did we say, hey, we have $32 million, and this is what we can legally afford to be certified by the Attorney General?
I mean, this really isn't a question and answer session.
No, I'm asking, how did we come up with the 32
I'm
million?
just saying that it's not, I mean, I don't mind to speak, but I mean, it's not a forum for a question and answer on
Okay.
delegations.
But I think it's okay because
It's just,
So we actually have a bonding capacity for $36 million.
okay.
So the dollar amount was determined by the architect who did the draft proposal for a football/soccer field with an 8-lane track, as well as a renovation of the softball field and to turf it and to put a new press box by it and to add a baseball field.
You don't have to go into, you went from the ground up rather than the tax basis down. That's all I was.
Yeah, it was an estimate that was done and yes.
I just want to make certain that we're spending every dollar as wisely as we possibly can and not say, hey, we have a blank check.
Well, I even went so far as to solicit other individuals, companies for dollar amounts to even price check the estimates that I received.
Good luck.
Well, I mean, I can't do that.
No, I mean, people don't want to just go and, it was a joke. I was saying people just don't want to come back and just continue to do work on top of work just for, I deal with it all the time. So have we did a pro forma of what this is going to cost us on a yearly and annual budget? Like what it's going to cost us to operate this facility?
So as far as the cost to operate,
to
when you have
maintenance.
maintenance, so you have approximately
Maintenance.
12 to 14 years. Yes, so the way this facility, as in other counties, so I'm sure you're familiar with other county school systems that have the things that we simply don't have.
I
It's just
agree.
a basic need. So with basic costs, your revenues are to support like the maintenance, the custodial staff, things like that. That will be within our current budget with what we're doing. The other things that you can do with turf replacement and maintenance needs and things like that, you operate it, basically on a business model and you keep money aside. I ran a system in another county, so I've done it before, and you will use the same model, just as other school systems do.
So you've done a pro forma of exactly what it's going to cost us?
Not of exactly, because we don't have the full, right, but everything will be in place. Again, I don't want to debate you.
No, I'm not debating.
Okay,
But these are things I think as a community that to make these votes go towards the yes, because I'm not being negative. I want this to happen. But I'm saying there's other people like mine, such as myself, that really want to know, like, how are we going to afford to pay $500,000 a year or $600,000 a year in maintenance and fees of that nature.
So you're throwing numbers out there, so $500,000, $600,000, that's not something that.
We don't know, right?
I'm just saying, so when you start saying numbers like that, I don't want to debate, and that's what this will turn into,
No, I'm
because.
not, I just want answers of how people like me in this community that have mineral rights, that have other properties here, that we don't have just one residence here. How our hard-earned money is going to help support these children, right? And that we don't have this sports complex that's beautiful, and then in 10 years, we can't take care of it. That's my concern of what's going to get myself and other people that are invested in this county, that are invested in other counties, and invested in throughout this whole state of West Virginia, that we have worked hard to get where we are, that we don't see something just fade away and become a liability to the Board of Education and a liability to the community. So those are my questions that I have to make me vote one way or the other. And I know I might be the small minority in this, but these are just questions that I have that I would like to have answered. And it's not I'm not trying to debate you. These are just questions that I need and other people
Well,
need
I
answers.
answered the question, so
So do we
the
get-
question that you had was, how are we going to do it? So you create a model and you establish it as a business model, and you place people in those positions to do the work that needs to be done. And I can't give you anything else beyond that.
Will that ever be available to the public before the election?
No, it's not possible for it to be available to the public, because what we have is we have a draft plan of a project with the estimates for this facility. So once the facility becomes a reality, then you build your plan and your maintenance and your upkeep, and you have a process in place, and that process continues, and you keep a percentage of the money so that you can do your build replacement, your turf replacement, you manage your personnel to cover the maintenance and the upkeep of the facility.
Have we spoke to other places like the Bridge or the other actual sports complexes? Not like Clay's where it's just a football field and a few other things, but full-blown sports complexes.
Well, this is not like the Bridge. This is like any other high school program.
It's pretty aggressive, and I'm for it. But
It's a football field and it's a baseball field that we're adding. We have a football field now, so we have a football, again, I don't want to debate
No.
this. I mean, it's all laid out what we have. So we have a football field with a track, because our kids do not currently have a track.
Oh, no.
Our students receive injuries because they don't have a track. We don't have a baseball field. We don't have lights. So just, I want to explain. So it's not anything elaborate. We have a football field now, but this would be a turf football field with a track.
I
We would
agree.
have a baseball field that we currently have that is in holly gray without lights. So this would be, it would be convenient, it will be closer. We currently have a softball field. So this is not something that is aggressive like Shawnee Park or like the Bridge. This is a simple high school sports facility.
I think we need to have a different discussion, because I hear what you're saying, it's a simple, but $30 million is not simple.
Well, that's the cost of it. And if you have, and you would like to, I will be having meetings at every single school so that I can answer, we can have an open forum and discussion about questions and concerns. And we can talk about taxes, we can talk about all of those types of things.
Now, I'm more worried about not myself. I'm worried about the people in fixed income in this county. That's where I'm getting at with all of this, the fixed income. I don't know if you realize this or not, but it's like 12% of the population of the students are non-custodial parents, that grandparents, aunts, uncles. These people are a lot of elderly people that Maybe the tax base isn't that much. But if we raise these taxes for this without all the proper things to make it be self-sustainable, that's the things I'm getting at. This is not against it. I'm not trying to argue or debate the pros and the cons. I'm 100% for this. I just think there's lots of people on Facebook, in the community, that's how they talk, that's how they communicate, that I think if you really want to make this a go, we have to be a little bit more transparent. And that's just my opinion.
Well, I feel like that I'm being very transparent. We have the
there's
bond
something-
page, again, we have the bond page. I have the community forums, so I will be having 8 of those myself.
Okay.
So individuals will be able to come in and sit and talk, and I will spend as long with them, as long a time as they want. I have it as 2-hour segments, but I'm absolutely willing to sit. I've been meeting with people now, so anybody that wants to come in and talk, I do talk. And provide the support, but I'm just saying, to say a little bit more transparency, I mean, we have the bond page, and I have 8 sessions myself scheduled.
Well, to be fair, without, in the private sector, you have a performer, you have exactly what you expect to do in business, to be able to go get a loan, to be able to go pay for these things, right? That's how you get a loan into the business world. I know this is not private sector. However, if you're asking me to fund this, I'm your lender in this. The other 12,000 people, or how many ever the tax base is in this community, is your lender. All I'm asking for is a little bit of actually dollars and cents of what you think the maintenance cost will be, because the bonds pay for our taxes. How are we going to secure this for the community and for our students 20 years down the road, that we're going to be able to make ends meet? I mean, parking, concessions, rentals for travel ball, I honestly do not think it could make those demands met.
How come you think it's gonna be $500,000 or $600,000 a year? What are you basing that on?
If you go through with the added electric, with the added maintenance staff, with the added vehicles and the asphalt upkeep, the grass upkeep, the building upkeep, we're talking about all of these things like at the field house, at the weight room, whatever you want to call it. I look at that, and it's been like that for the last 10 or 15 years. Other than a little bit of coat of paint, it's what it was when I was in high school there. You know what I mean? We've not really invested too much money even with the things that we have in place for whatever reason. I don't want this brand new state-of-the-art facility, beautiful place, to fall in those same type of shambles. That's my concern. We haven't been able to find the money to do these things with the things that we already have in place. Why is this going to be different?
Well, we have our gymnasium. Have you been in it?
Oh, no, it's beautiful.
Okay.
We've done some things,
Okay,
absolutely.
so we did that. I mean, since I got here, we did that. Have you seen the wrestling building?
Yep.
Have you been in it?
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so those are 2 things that we've done in the past 2.5 years. Have you been in the middle school? We've retiled the middle school. We've painted every school. We've got to say that we haven't done things. So
No.
the maintenance of the facilities have really been, in the past 2.5 years, we've addressed. As far as the facility, as the field house, it is in very poor condition. And you can't put lipstick on a pig. It is in bad shape, and we don't have a track. So, we can pick apart and look at every piece. And I'm not saying that that's what you're doing, but I'm just saying that you can look at, I can ask you 50 questions about whatever your job is that you do, and you're gonna be saying, wow. The thing of it is, we have to have a process in place.
Mhm.
And so what I'm telling you, as an experienced superintendent, we're gonna have a process in place. And then whoever comes after me, they will have an established process in how to collect money and how to keep the maintenance up on that. I can't sit here and tell you that we're gonna have this many travel ball leagues, we're gonna have these types of things, which, to give you an accurate number, I would have to do a projection of all of that. It's not possible for me to do that at that point. Right now, will I do that? Yes, we will do that. Once we get it started, we will make the balance, we will make it work. You know, I've been looking at the different funding streams and how we manage it. We will have a process. And then whoever comes after me will have a process that they can follow to keep up with it.
What is, I understand what you're saying, and I can appreciate everything you said. I'm not saying you've done a bad job, or anyone in this board has done a bad job, except Dr. Sill, when he made me go to school when there's 4 inches of snow on the road. And you let my kids out of school when there's a ½ inch of school, a half inch of stuff. So, but no.
I appreciate your questions, and I'm not saying it, I'm just saying that it's just not possible. What I can tell you is that I will have a plan in place, because this is my home, this is my community, this is my love. I graduated from here, and I want nothing more than to see the very best. And it makes me want to cry. I know that he has a very talented athlete, football player. I know that. And that child deserves to have accommodations that he can be proud of and safe, not just proud of, but safe.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but that's my nephew, that's my brother that we're talking about here. I graduated from this school. I live here. So we're all in this room. We're all the same people.
Right.
Right? So this isn't me being a personal attack against you or anyone on this board. These are just questions that I have, that I've been just making notes on. It's like, hey, how, you know, this is what I do for a living, is I buy and sell property. I consult and make businesses work. So these aren't things that I'm trying to be directed towards you or anyone here. These are just questions that I have.
I welcome you in helping me develop a plan. I would welcome it. I have other people that are coming in that are actually donating their time and sitting with me, looking at other opportunities. So I welcome you to come in.
I would be more than pleased to help.
Okay.
But I'm just saying there's a lot of people. I'm a little old, small guy in this community, but there's a lot of people that think exactly like me. If we're going to get this on board, we've got to get some of these things in. I don't want our hope to be up here and we don't think about the whole picture. And I'm not saying you don't, but there's a lot of people in this community. It's like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever. And then we turn around and there's other parts of this county that has been great. And I mean, you go to the 4-H grounds, for instance. Great community area. You can't play tennis on the tennis courts. There's cracks growing up, there's saplings growing up through the cracks. So we had something that we was proud of. I don't want this to get to that same spot. I mean, the football field's been in the same exact shape since I graduated school up there, since your boys played up there, Larry. So I want to make certain that this is sustainable for its entirety.
Yeah, well, I can assure you that those are things that you're looking at, and I do, appreciate your questions, and I also would welcome any support that you have that you would like to come in and sit and look at plans. I can show you the things that I'm looking at. I would really welcome it.
Yeah, like I said, there's been a lot of great feedback, pros and cons, through all of the social media, through all of these things. And if we're going to make this work, and if you're going to get the vote that we all probably are hoping for, you got to get some of the other things nipped in the bud and show like this is exactly what it is. And that was more the things that I'm talking about too. Is one, I don't think we're going to get the vote if we don't do some of the things and lay it out.
Well, so I want to make sure I make it very clear. I am not supporting the bond. I'm not going against the bond. my goal is to build a sports complex, so I cannot promote it. All I can do is provide information. So I am providing information as to, the bond, and the bond will be used to build the facility.
And that can only be used to build the facility. correct?
Only the facility, it cannot be for
And do
anything else,
other
no,
than that?
legally, yes.
Yes.
And it's even listed on.
No, yeah, I know that, but I'm just saying, it's like, you know, I'm just kind of making it out there for people to understand that, because some people are like, oh, well, it's really not gonna be this much money, you know, it's gonna be, you know, we're gonna have this in reserves or whatever the fact may be. I just think it's clarity, because we have a very declining population in this county, and we have reduced amount of assess values of our property, you know.
Yeah, we've lost 2,000
Yeah.
Yeah.
people in this county, and,
Yeah.
and if we don't, you know, start looking at ways to attract families,
That's what I'm getting at is, you know, this bond rate actually goes in 10 years. If we don't fix the problems with this community and the school system, I don't take that back, but I'm just saying, if we don't do these things and we continue to lose value of our properties, that rate doesn't stay at the 0.2374. It continues to grow and grow and grow. And I think everybody needs to really think about that. We only have so much value in our county. If we can't make it better, and it's unfortunately declined for the last 25 years. I mean, my house alone has lost thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of value. And it just makes our, no, and that's what, yeah, I'm not saying, you know, this isn't a,
Well, we're
here's the
all,
thing, I'm probably gonna vote for it as a positive no matter what, but it has to, we have to be more transparent.
Well, I mean, like I said, you just have to keep in mind, we're already paying utilities on a lot of things. It's not, the only thing we're adding is a track and a baseball field. And then, of course, you've got your, you know, we're already paying utilities for there's just a lot of things that, you know, but I know we've had gone on, we're only supposed to get 5 minutes.
I agree.
Like 30.
well, I mean, I appreciate your candor, and.
I just,
And this is
And
the
I thank
kind
you all
of
for hearing me.
discussion that I think is important, and Lynn's transparency in that, that pro forma, because I run a business, that pro forma will come once this is passed. We won't need it if it doesn't pass.
I understand.
So,
Thank you guys.
but I
appreciate
think I'd like to say one more thing. And hopefully this will let the public know how many years we've been working on this plan. And of course, it's all been in planning, and we rolled it out at a different, speed level, whatever. But you don't roll something out until, you know, you have finality. And we're ready to basically, once we have our community meetings, we think that will add further transparency. If people think we aren't, if the public believes we're not being transparent. But I'd just like to say, in defense of this board and this administration, Cliff, it took me 2 years to get the ad hoc committee on a board agenda.
Well,
So,
again, I want you guys to know, I'm not trying to personally attack anyone on this
I
board,
realize
and I'm
that.
not trying to attack the board in general
no,
at all.
and we're not taking it.
No, and I appreciate each and every one of you, I really do.
We appreciate you coming out
And
and asking questions.
I just,
Yeah.
those are questions I had, because those are major concerns of mine and my family.
Exactly. And we just appreciate the Snodgrasses, both of you.
So, thank you.
And thank you. And,
I'll say especially Jason.
appreciate, we receive any and all comments as we need to, so, and it's helpful. All right, well, if there's nothing else then there's no one else under delegations, I'll move to, we have removed the recognitions, that's been postponed for the Braxton County Schools Excellence in Education Award. The Rotary, of course, we couldn't do it tonight, and also the Communities in Schools data review's been postponed. So that brings us next to the consent agenda items, treasurer's report, budget transfers and supplements, and payment of bills. I'll entertain a motion for approval.
I'll move that we approve the consent agenda items that were presented.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda items as submitted. Any discussion on the motion? No discussion on the motion. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. Moving next to the personnel recommendations. I'm on my list here, buried among all of the bond information. All right, professional recommendations. We have employment of Zachary Harrison, substitute teacher, all locations. We have a resignation under service. Corey Nettles resigns his position as custodian at Braxton County Middle School, effective March 12th. We have the employment recommendation of Christina Koger, substitute bus operator, Jason Lipscomb Jr., pending receipt of acceptable background check. I assume that's bus operator. Okay. And I think that's all. Very short list tonight. Recommendations. So those are your recommendations from the superintendent.
I move that the superintendent's recommendation for personnel be accepted and approved.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded to approve the personnel recommendations as submitted and recommended. Any discussion on the motion? No discussion on the motion. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Moving next to number 8, superintendent updates. Dr. Tetrick, you got any good news, bad news?
I've got some good news. Our E-rate money is in, and so we are entering in a contract to have by July 1 through September 30th, 2027, to have the wiring done for what we refer to as the college section at the high school, so that we have the full internet and bell services there, intercom. It was wired with just the college, and we don't have access, so we've been operating by hotspots. And so anyway, this will be good, and that money's in, and we'll get that done.
Wonderful.
What's the amount of it?
$29,666. E-rate would be $25,216, and our contribution would be $4,449.90.
Thank you.
Well, that's very good. I know that when we've had meetings out there in the college section, it was so frustrating, but that's going to be great to get that wired and bring full utilization to that college section.
Took us 18 years to get access to it.
That was your tax dollars at work. No offense to us. All right, well, thank you. Moving next, no old business, new business, proposed levy rates for the 26-27 school year.
So as you know, that's set by the state, and you have the documentations of how the levy rate calculations occurred. For class 1 public utilities, it's 19.40 per 100. Class 2 is 38.80 cents per 100. And then your class 3 real estate, personal property, public utilities is 77.60 cents per 100. And class 4 real estate, personal property, public utilities is, class 4 and class 5 is 77.60 cents per 100. And as you know, that is, comes out of the tax collection. That's, and that's to meet the, you know, the requirements for our share. So the state provides us with money, funding to run the school system, but then tax collections has to occur to take care of our local share of that burden. So it's you know, $5 million is the assessed the current tax excess levy rate to be collected out of the, you know, 819 million. And then of course the 5% is the allowable amount that's expected to not be collected, which is, you know, $250,000. And then of course a 2% discount for those who pay their taxes early, which is about $95,000. So the grand total is basically $4.5 million.
And it also includes the bond that is being paid
Yes.
off this year too. In the amount of $1,180,169.
Yep, sorry, that was on the second page.
Yep, we're getting close to getting it paid off. Be a good day. All right, you've heard the proposed levy rates and motion to approve and submit.
I think that, I think today we just do,
Tonight, can we?
no, I think we need to recess and
Recess.
then
Yeah.
come back to the next one, yes.
Yeah.
So this was just informational.
All right, moving next to B, permission and approval for Braxton County High School hospitality and tourism cluster completers and chaperones to attend Hospitality University.
Yeah, since this was an overnight stay, we're requesting permission.
And this is conference at the Greenbrier Resort from March 22nd through March 24th. And I was wondering if they needed any volunteers.
Some more chaperones. I'll move that we grant permission and approve the hospitality and tourism cluster and chaperones to attend the conference at the Greenbrier on March 22nd through the 24th.
I'll second that motion.
Been moved and seconded to approve the hospitality and tourism cluster completers and chaperones to attend Hospitality University conference at the Greenbrier. Any discussion on that motion? No discussion. Those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Moving next to permission and approval for Braxton County High School FBLA students and chaperones to attend the State Leadership Conference in Huntington from March 23rd through March 24th.
Yep, and that's an overnight stay, and I'll just have to say is, it's fantastic to see our kids, in the student organizations, traveling to these events and, winning, these competitions. I forgot to mention that, HOSA had 2 first place and a second place, winner at, their competition, so anyway, big things, and that's what this is.
Yes, they were state champions.
They were state champions, yes, so, and we will recognize them.
They did very well over the weekend.
Yep, very proud of them.
I move we grant permission and approval for Braxton County FBLA students and chaperones to attend the State Leadership Conference in Huntington, March 23rd through March 24th, 2026.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded to approve the FBLA students and chaperones to attend the overnight leadership conference in Huntington from March 23rd through the 24th. Any discussion on that motion? No discussion. Those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. All right, have a very short agenda tonight for once. Board member remarks, Lisa?
I just want to thank you guys again for coming out, because it's nice to come out and ask the questions and get your voice heard, because if not, you're just sitting at the computer and, so come out and see what's going on and ask the questions. I appreciate you, very much so. And then also I wanted to make a comment on our elementary schools, their snow day posts. They've been quite entertaining. Their competitive nature is showing in most of their posts, so it's been pretty cute. So a shout out to them. I'm enjoying watching them. I hope this is the last snow day though. I don't want to see any more snow days. So, yeah, that's it.
All right, thank you, Lisa. Larry?
I thought we had a very good ad hoc committee meeting this evening. And, the new committee that we're forming, I think they're very excited, and we've got great people on that committee, and I'm sure they're gonna do a really good job. And, it's been all I got.
Are you talking about, it's not a board committee, you're talking about some citizens that are getting together in a committee, it's a citizens community,
Yeah,
citizens
whatever.
committee. It's not board related to the board.
All right,
No.
okay, Kenna?
I appreciate you all coming tonight and expressing your opinions, and that's great. We appreciate it. I'd like to also thank the ad hoc committee for their efforts. This was kind of the last night of their meetings, and it'll be transitioned into another issue that will not be involving us at this point. So they're on their own, but I appreciate the work they've done in the last 2 or 3 years. I've tried to attend all their meetings too.
And just for understanding this digress, that you all understand what the ad hoc committee that was appointed by the board several years ago to study our facilities and put together the plan. And as I stated earlier, it took me 2 years to even get it on the agenda to get the ad hoc committee members appointed. But anyway, hard-working group, and we'll, represented across the county.
And one thing else I gotta say, and both you guys might be interested in this, from this new group, out of that, we're gonna be starting an athletic boosters committee, or people that come together to do things to help make our athletics better. They had one many, many years ago and it folded. One thing about it, you don't always have boards of education who see the importance of athletics. All the members here do. That goes together with academics. You guys probably know that. And so we just want to do that. We want to get that going again. Every successful school system in the state has one. And we've got to get that going again. So get in there and help.
Are you wanting to do it as a pool for all, are you wanting to do it as a pool for all, essentially Braxton County High School?
He's talking about, it's not, the board's not doing this.
No, I understand.
Well,
I'm asking how you guys envision it. I know the board's not doing it.
yeah.
I mean, you gotta be we'll talk, Larry, we'll talk about it
Well, a
after
booster
this.
group for the athletics is different
Yes.
than the citizens group supporting the
And in
ball.
the booster group,
No,
it's a
no.
whole other process, it's separate.
I'm a coach. I'm a
Yeah.
coach at Buchanan after high school.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I was just asking if you were trying to do it as a pool. Larry, we'll talk a little bit.
Well, that would be the principal, that'd be up to the principal.
Yeah, the principals will, yeah. And unless there's an outside athletic boosters, it's.
Well, if it's affiliated with the school.
It would be, it's
Yeah.
different.
Yes.
Okay, so I just wanted to recognize the HOSA, students that, this past weekend, congratulations to the following students who placed in the top 3 of their event and qualified to compete at the international level in Indianapolis, Indiana this June. So those would be Emily Martin, Addison Moore, Cameron Smith, who won first place in public health. Alexander Dennison and Jocelyn Napier, first place health education. Mackenzie Anderson, second place health career photography. So kudos and a big shout out to our Braxton County High School HOSA members at the state conference at Marshall University. Each student, can you imagine, I mean, this is really big.
Yes.
To come home with
State title.
state title in healthcare. I mean, that's huge. Each student worked so hard studying and preparing for this event. They showed up and showed out. And we're so proud of them. So I wanted to just recognize that group and recognize our schools and again, and all of our hardworking students and the parents who support these students. Great job. And this meeting is not being adjourned. It is recessed until April 22nd at 6 p.m. So I'll recess it. I can't adjourn it. So it is 6:52 p.m. And thank you all for coming out, Mr. Snodgrass and Mr. Snodgrass, and we certainly appreciate that donation. And I hope those classes come forward.
There's been one since 1970, we could get it done.
Yeah, that's great. Well, you know, Sutton High School alumni, you know, that's really,
You're off.
yes, we're off.
She's done.
We're off the